Hello again, everyone. Deflect here, Firm but Fair Gaming. Want to bring you a new video as it is going to be reset. Unfortunately, Bear is getting a huge nerf to its PvP stuff, but that's not really the point of this one. This one is based on the PvE, so we should be good for a bit. Tanks are going to be taking 10% more damage. Their 10% damage reduction is hitting all tanks on the reset tomorrow. But if you haven't done so yet, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll be putting out more build videos, and check it out on the links below. I'll be streaming some more on Twitch. And if you want to support the channel more, check out the Patreon page. Getting into the Bear build. Basically, well, actually I'm in PvP gear right now, but unfortunately it's going to be huge nerf. Like I said, tomorrow to the PvP side of Bear because it was doing awesome. Again, all stats are pretty good for Bear. So, stat wise, you know, you're going to go highest side level for now. I would prioritize myself verse to try and just get that damage and healing up there. So I'm going to do verse and haste for a bit because I have really low haste. So I'd like to see that higher. And then it'll be, you know, all stats are good. Mastery's pretty decent. And so is crit as well. But getting into the talents. I run a different path, and this is what's been working for me. And I'll get into the reasoning why. So I got removed corruption because I play with a couple classes that don't have the remove, so they can't remove curse and poison. So I fill that void. I also play with the soothe because some of the classes I play with, or some of the friends I play with, don't have a soothe, so I fill that role as well. This kind of gets you an old Bear setup. This is all healing done and taken increased by 4%. Magical damage and healing increased by 6%. This is really great with the build. I've seen a lot of people come down and they'll take go all the way down to Nature's Vigil, but it was too far away and I really didn't want to go commit all those points to talents, you know, you're really never going to use. The nice talent here, it's stuck. It's increased the range of all your abilities, but it's stuck way over here. You have to take 3 useless points to get to it because you're really not going to owl weave while you're tanking, at least not in M+. You might in raid, but not in M+. I did want the 60-second roar, and I wanted the renewal because it's just a great heal on a short cooldown, 1.5 minute. And the well-honed instincts, when you fall below 40% health, you cast frenzy regen up to once every 90 seconds, so a free frenzy regen. And again, that's on a 1.5-minute cooldown too. I also took the incapacitated roar because it's just a phenomenal AoE ability. Going to the right side, I had to go down this path to get Earth Warden. I wanted Earth Warden. Earth Warden is such huge passive healing. It's probably going to be every key you do probably between 10 and 20%, depending on how much damage you're taking and how, but it is huge healing for you. So it was a really good one I wanted to keep. I did go with the Moonfire build because it's a lot of fun to play, Moonfire and everything. And the reason you do it are a few abilities. So in bear form, you deal 20% arcane damage. Your dot, so your Moonfire, deals its damage in 25% less time. Then Allune's Favor, while in bear form, you deal 10% more damage and are healed for 30% of all arcane damage done. So your Moonfire is going to tick away. It's going to tick away quicker, and it's going to do more damage, and it's going to give you a shield or healed for 30% of that. Sorry, you're going to be healed for 30% of the damage it's doing, which is phenomenal when you start multi-dotting huge packs. It's just crazy. Then I went with Incarn and the reduced Incarn every time you spend 20 rage. The other huge abilities are Moonfire reduces damage dealt to you by 10%. So when not only are you essentially dotting the class to heal for 30% of the damage you're doing to them, and you're doing it with 20% extra damage, another 10%, and another 10%. So it's like a 40% buff. I don't know if they multiply after each other or additionally, but anyway, we'll call it 40% at the minimum. They then deal 10% less damage to you. So very great. And then you take Galactic Guardian. Your damage has a 5% chance to trigger a free automatic Moonfire on that target. When this occurs, the next Moonfire you cast generates 8 rage and deals 300% increased direct damage. Awesome. Just an awesome ability. So not only are you getting a free Moonfire, you're getting another one that's proc that does 300% increased damage as well. So very, very good. And remember, you are healing for 30% of that direct damage because it's arcane. So it is great, great to have. I also go with Blood Frenzy. So Thrash generates 2 rage. Each time it deals damage, you can just throw up a whole bunch of Iron Furs. And Rage of the Sleeper. Unleash the Rage of Ursox, 10 seconds, preventing 25% of all damage you take. Increasing your damage done by 15%. So it's a 25% damage reduction and a 15% increase to your damage, granting you 25% leech as well. So very, very good to just be, using Sleeper as much as you can. But there's a new play style to Bear. So Bear now, instead, you used to use Ursox, you go in, you just thrash, and away you went. Now it is all about dotting. So you want to Moonfire and Moonfire. And you can see the twin moons going out. And that's, then they get close to you, and then it goes back into your regular stuff where you thrash and set up your other items. But the Moonfire, see, you can see the proc one, that was a 300% extra damage on the Moonfire. And I'll show you what kind of the damage profile looks like. It's a small pack and they didn't live a long time. But your Moonfire will be your biggest damage dealer. It will definitely be the biggest, even running or Incarn and still doing your thrash, because you still want to Moonfire drain it especially when you have procs. So definitely when you're grouping them up, try and Moonfire as many as you can, because it's going to be twin moons, and twin moons will hit 2 targets every time you aim at 1. So that way you are just grouping them up. And I'll see if I can grab a bigger pack here, because that one died too quick. But we'll just try and grab as many as we can to show you. There, now we got a good group. So now you can see twin moons, you go out and try and dot them all. And then you can throw out a thrash and then do some AoE while your Moonfires are still going. And once it procs, fire out another Moonfire at 300%. And you can see how quick everything dies. They're just doing great amount of damage right now with this Moonfire build. So if you have any questions, I'm going to keep this one kind of short. There wasn't much to really go on about Bear. It's decently tanky. It still has some of the utility, but you lost a lot if you don't go certain ways. And like I said, I've been picking this way. Unfortunately, I lose Vortex and Typhoon because they're down the other path, which kind of sucks. But, I get the Shapeshift benefit and I get the Well-Honed Instinct. So if you want to give some of those up, you can definitely go and pick up Vortex. It'll cost you 2 points to get there. And then if you want to switch something else out and you don't need, maybe you have people in your group that don't need remove corruption, or you might not need, a soothe or something. So feel free to bypass those if you want. If you have any other questions though, or ask any reason why I'm running anything, let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, deflect, firm but fair gaming. We'll see you in the next video.